Aloha, everyone, and welcome to Phoenix Friday with my special guest. You guys all know and love her, Janet Baumgardner. Thank you for being here, Janet. She is launching her brand new website today. It is called Ancient Elemental Jewelry by Janet. And I'm really excited to have her on here with us. But before we start getting into a conversation today, um, I am going to read her bio real short just to give you guys a taste. So, our lovely Janet has been blessed with extra time in her retirement to consider her my time. This enables her to open up to her deepest personal passions in creating beauty by incorporating natural elements into jewelry. Each of her designs are original and divinely inspired creations. It is her desire that when wearing these designs, you will see Bark of Truth. You will experience the healing love that went into each one during the creative process. Janet discovered this passion and has opened a huge light source within her. So she knows firsthand that crystals can transform your life by raising your vibration. Thus, develop your own connection to divine source love, greater well being, and personal transformation that accompanies alternative self growth experiences. So, Janet, I'm hearing an echo. Do you have any other devices on your side?
Well, I turned my phone off,
Okay, okay. I just checking.
and
And we
and
have lots of people jumping on, saying hello and sending their love. We have
thank
our fabulous Nick in the background, and she is keeping up with all of your comments. But I'm seeing Michelle and Carla and Rachel and Shelly and Andrea and Helen and Kate. They all love you so much, Janet. And there's a reason why, because of your big heart. And you put that big heart into everything you make. So there is a question that I ask all of my guests. Well, actually two. One is, what is it that you feel ignited the phoenix in you, and how do you share this gift and help ignite the phoenix in others?
well, and first I just want to say thank you, and I wish everybody that was on that we were just in a great big circle in a room, meeting each other in person, and and sharing all of our journeys to today. And was to ask your question is just was before COVID, my very dearest friend and soul sister, Linda Bell Hanson, um, sort of told me about Sonny Don Johnston, and I joined the group there. And in that group, I met you, and I met Nikki, and you guys have done so much to use the word elevate me to see life in so much more of a strong place, not a place of so much confusion and fear and sadness when things can go wrong in life like they do from time to time. And helped me, Janelle, to see that instead of worrying and
You see
well,
Rachel?
what if,
You see
to
Rachel's comment?
to be able to see it, for example, as an example, my son, who's doing a lot better now, but at the time was diagnosed bipolar 5 years ago. And instead of worrying about him and fretting about him and literally driving myself insane, wondering what I could do to fix him, you
Mm.
helped me realize that this was a soul contract that he and I had bef- before he was born to learn these certain lessons. And so, the best thing as a loving mother that I could do is see him whole and healthy and strong. And so, that has made such a huge difference. And I've got this book here. It's one I'm not sure if you or Nikki told me about it, or if just God brought it into my awareness, as I know so many of us are feeling now with this rise from this old way of thinking into a much higher loved heart based thinking. And I it's mental health. And may I just read it really quickly and show everybody how, instead of focusing in fear, I put my son's name in this prayer, because it's made all the difference in my life and in his life so far. And it's freed me to be able to be in this place that I am now, where for the first time in decades, I'm doing something that I really enjoy creating, and feel like it's helped me, that these crystals are helping me to help me to feel more grounded, more protected if I'm out walking at night, and that I wanted to help others too. But let me just get back real quick and just so for it says asking for help. So, dear angels, thank you for giving me the courage and support I need in order to ask for help at this time. I realize that I am not alone and that I do not need to suffer in silence. Thank you for directing me to know who to trust and who is able to help me return swiftly to my natural state of goodness. I welcome your miraculous light now, and so it is.
And
And
so,
then for my son, sending love to someone affected, dear angels and Archangel Raphael, thank you for wrapping my son, Elijah, in a healing light of safety. Thank you for providing relief to his heart and mind for his highest good. I am grateful, so grateful that you are giving him comfort, security, and guidance. Thank you for helping Elijah feel safe enough to speak up when he needs to. Thank you for helping Elijah feel safe enough to ask for help. Thank you for helping Elijah do what he needs to do to be free of pain and distress. I envision my son whole, healed, and complete. I envision Elijah supported, guided, and strong. I envision my son living a miraculous life. And I surrender this prayer to you, and so it is.
and
And that's this.
yes, I remember recommending that book, and I believe Nick did also uh,
Yeah.
for you. And I'm so proud of you, how far you've gone. Rachel says she's so freaking proud of you. Our lovely Rachel jumping in and supporting you. You have all the support of the community, and we are all super duper excited about your upcoming launch. You know, some of you guys may not know this, but Janet used to make other types of jewelry, and it's very high quality craftsmanship. And I was wondering for you, what transitioned you, and how do you feel about when you're making these beautiful bracelets, guys? If you want a Molokai nail bracelet, check out her website at ancientelementaljewelry.com. This one is titled Molokai nail. It has a little Om sign on it, and she's got all kinds of beautiful bracelets. But what do
Oh,
you feel the difference is between making the fashion jewelry that is so high quality, which tells me you have a history of knowing how to put that quality into these bracelets. But what is the energetic difference in making those jewelry compared to these bracelets?
well, it's just two different things. Like about 6 years ago, before my beloved dad passed at 95, I had promised that he would not have to go into a home, and so my husband of 22 years at that time, I've been divorced for 2 years. We sold our home, and then that next year I substitute taught while I packed the house. We moved over here, and I realized, because it's Sun City, it's a retirement place. They have all these craft clubs. Janet, need to do something for myself, just to. And so I, like so many people, would get these like magazines in the mail, and I'd see pretty jewelry that I wanted to have, but it was too expensive for me. And so I thought, maybe I can make something myself. And then I took the classes and realized, hey, I can use a torch. It's fine, you know, to solder. And I maybe just burned myself once, tiny bit. So that's pretty good. And but then what I like to do is I what really made me happy was doing all the parts myself, and ideas would come in. Like I would use flat sheet sterling silver wire of different gauges, and like to make the jump rings or the larger circles that I would, you know, wrap around a dowel from Home Depot really tightly, and then saw each one, and then fit it just right with the solder, and the flux, and torch it. It melts. Then you take it back and you grind it so that you can't even see that there's a line there where you've soldered it. And then I'd hammer it and get all this really beautiful sparkling light off of it. And then I came across a stamp one day that was I think it's a Celtic stamp, but to me, I know it is now. To me, it was representing the Trinity. It was like a three spirals coming out of one source.
Hmm.
And so I put that in the middle. And those things are really hard to do because you've got to take it and the disc comes through. You've got to try not to get your fingers as you grind it down. It's a tiny disc, the size of my nail. And then you hand stamp it, put the hole in it, grind it so you can't see where the hole was, yada, yada, dome it, put it all together. And that's a pair of earrings you have.
I
And
know,
the, and the
I love
different
them.
one is a pair. Um, I think Nikki has the one that's all silver, and you have one that's with brass because brass catches some beautiful light too. And so that was great. And then, I would give them, and of course, you're really not supposed to sell stuff from there unless you sell it in the shop, and then they take about 18%. And
I
all
see.
you're really supposed to do is just weigh the silver, and then just sort of triple that, which is not that much. And then you're talking hours of work for something that maybe you can only sell in that shop because they won't let you charge more than $60.
Well, I think as a gift, it is a very honored gift, treasured because of all of that the details and the work and the love that you put into it, and expressing yourself and allowing that creative flow to go. So now I understand with the bracelets. And you guys, you got to go to her website and check them out because the bracelets, you can feel so much energy in when you put them on. I have two. I have a chakra one that she made for me, and I have the Molokai Nil bracelet on as well, which you can get these on her website at ancientelementaljewelry.com.
But
And
you know what? It has to be Ancient Elemental Jewelry by Janet because it Tammy helped come up with the name, and
mhm.
I was looking at, which I love, and I was looking it up, and I I'm like, there's another elemental, there's another ancient elemental jewelry, and it's by an 82-year-old woman in Sun City. Go figure. Um, but if you put my name by Janet, then it comes up. But
Okay.
I wanted to say that it took me 3 years to get up my nerve to go into this resort that my sister-in-law prodded me to go. My brother was staying there. We were camping, in our little thing there in the summertime. And she said, Janet, you got to go in there and see this place. And so I didn't really care, and I didn't have to go to the bathroom, and I didn't want to see a bunch of stuff I couldn't afford anyway. So, but anyway, the next year, I almost got my courage up to go in there with some of my earrings, and I didn't. But then the third year, I did, and I went into the shop. It's in this little town called Big Sky, Montana, and it was near a place where we love to camp in a national campground called Red Cliff. Um, sort of about an hour towards Bozeman from West Yellowstone. And I went into the shop, and I just got my nerve up after I said a prayer and looked at a picture of my mother. It said, I wondered if you wanted to buy these. And uh, they said, did you make these? And I said, yes, they're 100% original designs. And I 100% made them, everything, the jump rings, everything. And they go, yeah, we'll buy all of these. And so I had 6 pairs there, and they bought all of them, and they bought them all for $65 a pair, and then they were going to double them.
Wow.
And then I went into the tiny little town, into the new little area that's by a small park where they have outdoor things now. And I think it's called Rhinestone Cowgirl. And I went in there. It's only 2 places I went, and they immediately bought the last 5 pairs that I had. I didn't take 11 pairs into the other place. And come to find out, without knowing, the person that had just owned that one store was the daughter-in-law of the owner of the other store.
I love it.
I never got the nerve. I was so thrilled, you know. But that and it was because I never really ever had anything happen to me like that in my life that mattered so much. And but I never asked them again. I never called them or anything to say, would you like some more or anything? Because my mindset was, I don't want them to say no.
Oh, you
And
got your
so,
yes. You got your yes, and you left with that. But if
yeah,
you,
yeah. And
if
I
you had
have
been
that yes, and I'm happy with that yes.
if you had been drawn to it, then
Because
maybe you wouldn't be making these beautiful bracelets today. You might still be making the other bracelets, whereas the other jewelry, when these have so much healing, grounding. It's
these
like
mean a
you are
lot more.
blending these bracelets. Literally, guys, these bracelets are a mixture of heaven and earth. You've got the ground
Oh,
and the ascension of your gifts wrapped around your wrist to support your journey. Look
do
at
you
this.
see the little crystal Buddha?
And
I
she
don't have
did.
this on my website because I just created him night before last.
But she does all of that small detail, the welding on the little tip, the little ball that holds everything in place, the wrapping around the pieces. She
On the
can
sterling
create.
silver ones, I do.
Yeah,
On these, I bought these little things because they needed to match this, and so those are just, like just. But every one that's a sterling silver one, I do like. Here's
look at
one.
this.
This isn't on my site, but this is the one I made for Nikki because
That's Nikki's
I don't know if
bracelet.
I can see it. Uh, I sent it. I because I had the picture of it. I don't know if you can see it, but
Yes,
Nikki,
yes.
see, it has a little. No, I don't. I didn't make that sterling silver
The one at the bottom.
angel wing. I
Right, right,
could,
right.
I could do that. I could go make a lost wax, but that doesn't interest me. But I love to put these little things on here because they're meaningful.
And I noticed
So,
you utilize
huh?
you utilize your teaching background, because I have a saying that we're all both student and teacher. And you've been a teacher for years. You and Janet have been teachers for years. And now you are using the student element and the teacher element together, because you're doing the research for each one of these stones. You guys, she does her homework. She researches what the properties are, what type of divine support they're bringing through energetically. And so
Yeah.
you're using that ability to know what it is and how you go about doing your homework for each one of these pieces. We were talking the other night, and you were saying how you receive this divine inspiration to create a bracelet, and then as you are researching the stones that you're being divinely guided to use, you come across how beautiful they work together. You know, we were talking about the Danielle, the moon one. What
Yeah.
did you call that one?
That I did that came to me, and I just got the beads for that in the mail. See, Monday was a holiday, so just like 2 days ago, but it was, we had the beautiful full moon not very long ago, and I was thinking of Hanel, Archangel Hanel, and the idea came through. Oh, wouldn't that be lovely to use some really high quality moonstone that has the rainbow flecks in it for the full moon, and then put some black with it, um, just for the darkness of the night. And and but then I thought, and tourmaline, you know, is a really good grounding stone, for example, and obsidian. And of course, there is some obsidian that has just a sheen of like rainbow obsidian, just like a sheen of maybe a darker gray cloud at night. But I, I, I didn't have any of this one stone. It's called shungite. Shungite. It's a Shungite. If something was drawing me to say, hey, you have this on your paperwork, because each one I have, I write down what the stones are and what my research has shown me about it. And I also do that so that people that feel like they want to make their own bracelet can also go and see what's in each design. But I found out that on this shunganite is an ancient rock formation that's about 2 billion years old.
Oof,
Oh
and
my gosh. And it can only be found in the Russian region of Karela on the shores of Lake Onega. It's been used for centuries for its mysterious powers to heal diseases and purify water. You think about our ice packs and what all of the information. That's pretty, I think that's pretty cool. And it's said to help with detoxifying and purifying the body by absorbing and eliminating any negative energies. And it's believed to only allow positive and beneficial energies to reach your body. Well, heck, man, I like that. And then last night, I just 2 nights ago, I've had this, like, old lady's tricycle bike, like with the cage on the back, to put, not a cage, but like a wire thing. So if you want to throw groceries in there or put your little dog in the back. And so last night, I took the fenders off 2 nights ago because it was wobbling, so I could finally use it. And I went out, and it's Sun City, so most people are inside when it gets dark. You know, so I like to go out, and so I go out, and I'm like, no way, that looks like a Halloween moon. Yes, it's not full. Our full moon was what, 3 or 4 days ago, but it was huge in the eastern horizon. And it was the most incredible orange yellow. And I thought to myself, wow, you know what? Maybe I haven't created this design yet because, every time this time of the year, there is usually this incredible full moon that's this orangey color. And I was like, hey, maybe I'll put just one citronite. I mean, not citronite, citrine, because it's yellow and gold within with the moonstone and the how did I pronounce it? You have to forgive me, guys.
Janet, let me just tell you something.
But that's a grounding bracelet.
But citrine. Now, this is a Haniel bracelet. This is a moon dance bracelet that you're creating. And citrine happens to be one of Haniel's stones.
See, I wouldn't know that, but you know that.
Angel Haniel. So
this is all coming from somewhere much
the moon, but she also connects to Venus, which is the abundance, which is all of that love, which is, so the citrine is actually totally in alignment with what you're creating.
So I want the bracelets to be lovely, but much more important than that, I want them to be powerfully helpful and healing. And so I think that I found my purpose right here and right now is to beings that know much gazillion times more than me, channeling these ideas so that I can make them. Because the gal that's doing, Tammy Cantrell, who's just been wonderful helping me with my website and everything, because like you and Nikki know, I'm like not technical. And she ordered one for her daughter's Christmas present. And she got it in the mail about 5 days ago, and she called me and she said, Janet, it's a beautiful bracelet, but oh my God, that thing, I can really feel it. Not feel it, feel it. Feel it.
Yeah.
Feel it, feel it.
Yeah, it's really powerful. And let me tell you guys, I have never received anything in the mail with so much love, so much passion than what and how. I mean, the way Janet put so much love into just wrapping it, sending it off. Now this is a process. This is something that everybody does when they ship out their stuff. You gotta bubble wrap it, put it in a box, send it off, put it in an envelope, however. But she does it with love. I'm serious, you guys. You want to be very gentle how you open the package because beautiful. It's decorated. The way it's
Yes.
wrapped, you could tell that each piece is totally cared for. Each piece is sent with as much love and passion as it was created. I've never seen a company do this. Okay. I've never received anything with that much passion and love put into it. Just how you package it, you can tell that this product is priceless. You know, I was in awe. And I mean, it's just part of who you are. You put love and grace into everything you bless people with, and it is noticed and it is appreciated. You are seen and you are heard. And speaking of being heard, can you tell us a little bit about what is going on Sunday? What is happening in the world of Janet here?
Well, well, that's my new spiritual business launch date. So it's 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 an it's an opportunity for me to let people see and order a bracelet if they want. And then, of course, after that's going to be Angel Day here in Arizona, and I found out about that, so I'm going to be a vendor there, so folks can put them on and see how they feel and decide if they want to get one or not, and if not, still take the information about the different ones with them, and like this one. Can I show you this one? This one is this one that I call Mother Gaia, and the reason that I love it is because when we align our chakras and we're praying and we're aligning our chakras and we're sending the love down into our earth chakra to root and send that love down into the center of the earth, and then bring that all back up and send the love out into the world. That's to help make this beautiful, beautiful planet healthier and better for not just a group, not just a country, but for everybody, because that's love. And so, anyway, with this, I have it with, lapis to reflect the waters, of this beautiful planet. And then this, it's got two pieces of this really unusual. On the website, this thing photographed almost looks like cooked asparagus. I'm like, but in real person, it's called seraphinite. It's named after the seraphim, and a seraphim is a beautiful three-winged angel that gives us all so much love if we just ask. And even if we're unaware, they are aware and they're out there sending us love. And this seraphinite is named that because within this emerald dark green of like dark, dark, dark leaves and emerald evergreen
Mm.
are are God, can you see it? Are the wings,
Oh,
the
wow.
lines of the white. I can't see it in there, so I don't know. And then it's got bronzite to bronzite to represent the soil and the ground. And then this little Buddha that just came out just came to me. I wasn't making a Buddha, and then after I made him, I was like, dang man, that looks like a little Buddha. Well, he or she is representing the ice packs of our planet Earth,
Oh,
just
oh,
like this ice packs. So it
oh.
means a lot to
Yeah,
me.
I
And
think.
I think the different ones mean a lot to different people maybe, and then they'll like to have them. And then if for some reason they feel like they really love to have a second one or a third one or whatever, then they just have to look there and it shows what the beads are, you
Yeah,
know.
I noticed that on the website you let them know what beads you're using, what properties they're holding, and you were just saying that one there, the Gaia one, is special. They're all special. I guys, I happen to like mine. Multi Nil. Again, you can get this on her website at
Oh,
Ancient Elemental Jewelry by Janet. Um,
can I can I
and the
tell them the how I
yes,
made it? I made it while I was when everybody surprised you when Nikki put together and Andrea put together a birthday party for you, and we all had so much fun. We were all Zoom because just like we're Zoom here, we haven't all sat in that great big beautiful glorious room together and breathe the
you could
same air. And
feel all of the energy,
but
the
I
love.
made it during that.
Yeah, exactly. And that's how I received it as well. You know. So.
That showed this is one that my friend Linda, she's coming over after she has her hair uh, trimmed today, and this she really wanted a grounder, um, and this is a grounder, but so it's a whole lot of garnet, which is like deep dark bean cherry, blood red, and then it has in it phantom quartz, which is beautiful, I think, and I'm holding it not at the camera. Phantom quartz,
Mhm.
and then this is rose quartz, and then this is something here. It usually has a lot more either black or real vibrant purple, but some of them turn out like this, and I like the look of this with the other colors. And this is called, I always want to call it Charlotte because my mom's name is Charlotte, but it's CHAROITE, and they all go together really well to the quartz crystals enhance the grounding powers of those two I mentioned. But this little thing here, this is where the fun part comes, really fun part comes in. Like for me, like is like, I ordered this little thing. It's like a Terracast thing. But then I put this little berry on there, that little garnet berry, and then I have it so that it looks like the little hummingbird
Oh.
is having some food. But so
And I love the hummingbird. We discussed the hummingbird before, and that little hummingbird. So all of these elements you're putting together because you have that little lotus flower, you know, and that lotus flower comes out from the muck and blooms and blossoms and the thousands of petals opening up, to the divine and expanding. And then you have this hummingbird. And this little tiny hummingbird is so wise and so talented that it realizes that although it needs to focus on the details and get that close up look, the hummingbird is the one bird that realizes when I need to back up and see the bigger picture as well. So that those two elements together like that, I love that you put those together as well.
and
Um,
they're just so darn cute.
they
But
are
I
adorable.
I can't find any more of that particular color of hummingbird. I mean, I'm still looking. I've been looking for 3 weeks, but right now I have 3 hummingbirds.
So
I
guys, if
just
you want
noticed.
something, you better get on that website. Again, that is um, Ancient Elemental Jewelry by Janet. And she is having her launch party Sunday at 4 p.m. And she has
Two
the
to four.
from 2 to 4 p.m. So it's a 2 hour event because you have to go sell your bracelets at the other event as well. And Nikki has put the link inside of the comments, and there is a link to join Janet's private group right now. This is her launch group. This is going to be a fun event. there will be giveaways, guys. So
Lot.
what are these prizes and who are they donated from?
Oh my gosh. I mean, talk about a beautiful just wave and waves of love. The gifts that people have donated. You've donated the gift of, it's like it's the 3 card reading. You and Nikki has donated 3 card reading with Nikki and my angels. And together you guys have donated a class. And the next upcoming class is about Archangel Sandalphon, who works so closely with this twin flame Metatron. And as your student, did I say that really well?
You
Because
said it
last time we
perfect.
learned about Metatron, and now we're going to learn about Sandalphon and how he's down transmuting all this wonderful, pure love light energy down into the earth. And then we're all breathing it back up and sending it out to more than we ever thought possibly existed.
You're
And
a good student.
and then and then Tammy is donating, I believe, a 3 card reading, oracle reading, and Melissa Kim Corder has donated a meditation. My good buddy Rachel has donated a super cool broom. Um, and um, let's see. Oh, Lisa Thompson's donating her latest book, Connection with the Cosmos, and her new oracle deck. And a dear friend that I met just a few weeks ago, Elena, I think her last name is Gurley or something. She offered to donate a past life regression thing, but it was too late. There was there wasn't any more time. And then I'm giving away a bracelet. And I actually decided that I haven't let Tammy know, but I actually want to give 2 bracelets away because
Well,
I,
it is your launch.
I know I'm forgetting somebody. Am I?
Liz Dawn. Liz Donahue. She is going to be
What?
donating for Celebrate Your Life session. Um, uh, I believe
Yeah.
uh, a session. I don't remember the name of it, but
Well,
you guys
I'm
join the
not.
group. All of the details, all of the prizes, all of the people that I know that Janet does not want to forget anybody's name or what they are donating, but you can find out more information about this by joining her group, Ancient Elemental Jewelry, on Facebook. The link is in the comments. And as we are starting to close the show, Janet, one, I just want to say I love you so much.
I love you too.
I am so honored that you came and you shared your experience, your wisdom, how you go about really deciding what stones to use. These bracelets are infused with not only love, but she also has Linda that comes in and she infuses them with energy that supports each and every bracelet. These bracelets that she is creating that you can buy on her website, these bracelets support you. They're not just a fashion statement. You will feel the
Yeah.
energy in these bracelets.
There
And
to there to support you.
absolutely,
And I
absolutely. So as we get ready to close, Janet, I'm going to ask you one last question. And I know you're going to speak from your heart. When someone gets your bracelet, what do you hope? What is your intention? What does your heart want for that person that receives that bracelet?
that it feeds them. It feeds their soul and it feeds their heart and it makes them feel more whole. And then the next thing I'm going to do too is I've got 17 of these beautiful. I found a fellow in New Zealand that he's met his wife in Arkansas, where my uncle, who passed quite a while back, but sort of developed harmonics with chiropractic medicine. And I mean, he lived in a little tiny town in Kansas, Dr. Melvin Reese, and yet he had an entire room in his office full of crystals, and
Wow.
each one was for a patient, each one was to help heal. So, back then, my mom and I were just like, I don't think I've ever even told you this. We were like, yeah, that is so cool, and it resonated with us. And of course, then, the males in the family are like, you know but so anyway, these crystals, they moved from Arkansas, they moved to New Zealand. They sent me 17 of them and drilled holes in them so that the crystal can be right over your heart. And then these various beads that come to me will be there to support those.
Oh, so we have something special. Big announcement, guys. It
Yeah.
sounds like our Janet is going to be making necklaces as well as bracelets.
Well,
Well,
they're not going to be. They're not. I mean, like Rachel, her tree of lives are
have it right here.
to live
Right
for.
here supporting me,
So,
always supporting.
but this is something that's its own thing too. And I just wondered, do you think I have time to read everybody one poem?
You know what? This show is all about you. So if you want to read a poem, you are my guest. You just muted yourself. You realize that?
All right.
There you go.
Thanks.
There you go.
But this I was going through a tough time again quite a while back, decades back, and I went with mom, and a minister actually had this in his library and said, "Hey, take this book. I want you to keep it." And I was like, "Ooh, expanding vistas. This is the most wonderful book." And this author is an old author, but she's from Arizona. And I always loved this one poem, and it's called particularly, and it's called My Dream Boat.
Ah, I love that one.
My dream boat. In the still of the night, with the moon shining bright and the stars twinkling high in the sky, the presence of God and his heartwarming nod give me courage to make a new try. So I take my dream boat and I leisurely float on the smooth flowing river of thought till I come to the place where from out of time and space a new inspiration is caught. It is my, oops, there went my computer. It is my dearest wish off to go there and fish for illuminating thoughts from beyond. In vibrations high, visions fair meet my eye, and as to God's highest thoughts I respond. Joy beyond all compare is mine while I am there. I'm really in heaven, I guess, and I bring back with me a profound memory and some new thoughts to cheer me and bless. And we all we all need God's strength and the strength of the angels and their love, light.
I
And if
I
I
need
may,
to speak with
with my final thoughts, say from my very favorite lyricist and poetry writer, I don't know what it's in, but it says, love that is real shall not fade away. And then there's this whole poem song called Ripple, and it always makes me so close to God. A ripple in still water where there's been no pebble tossed or wind to blow. It's a miracle. Reach out your hand if your cup is empty. And if your cup is full, may it be again.
Guys, we are going to close.
Woo!
And there
I
she
feel
goes howling. She's howling at the moon. You are an original light, and I am blessed to have you in my life. So you get to answer this. We shine brighter.
together,
Amen, sister.
together.
Okay, so guys, thank you, thank you, thank you. Join the group, join the launch, celebrate with us, and continue to support our Janet. We love you all. It is aloha from me.
Thank you so much,
Thank you
Janelle,
very much for being
my
here.
soul sister.
Love you. Night, everybody.